Hi, this is Caleb Joyce, and this is going to be my TCC BCM testimony video. When I was in high school, I was a pretty dark, bitter person. I just put up all these different walls. I wouldn't let anyone in. I always had like this scowl on my face. I was quiet. No one bothered me, and deep down inside, well, on the outside, I liked that no one bothered me, but deep down inside at church, I knew that was wrong. At church, we're supposed to be a community, believers, where we get together and encourage and lift each other up. And I was basically the total opposite of that. I was also, by high school, I started listening to metal, and I'm really passionate about metal. But as a Christian, I was listening to Christian metal, which is kind of weird if you think about it, but it's a really awesome ministry that people like me can get involved with. But by late high school, when I was dark and disappointed with my ministry and almost with myself, I began listening to secular metal, and it was not any uplifting metal of any sorts. It was practically blasphemous in many, many, many ways. And this music fed my dark, bitter emotions that I had that have welled up inside and bottled up for several years. So it really was not healthy at all. Yes, I was listening to Christian metal, but most of the time I was not. I was listening to secular metal that fed my inner bitterness that I kind of wanted to feed, if you will. My last visit at Falls Creek as a senior in high school, I was involved with Next Chapter, which is where the incoming college ministries gathered all the high school seniors together, and that's where I met Paul Lewis. Paul Lewis, despite who I am and who I was and how angry and bitter I was as a senior in high school, he just loved me and accepted me for who I am, and just showed he was a model of unconditional love and just loved me for who I am. And that blew me away. I put up all these barriers towards all Christians, and I was believing like all Christians were judgmental. I wouldn't be accepted, even though I was saved when I was really young. I wouldn't be accepted in the church. But Paul Lewis he just came at the right moment and just expressed unconditional love to me, which blew me away. After Falls Creek, he mailed me a letter just encouraging me, loving on me, and is excited for me to join his ministry at TCC. And that blew me away. I was astounded someone would even write a letter to me. So when college started, that first semester passed, and that's really when God started working on my heart. I was just now starting to get plugged into TCC BCM. I was happy to see Paul, and I was deep down, I was looking for that college ministry. All the years in high school, I've built up these negative strongholds of what I believed Christians were. And so, but deep down in my heart, I knew that was wrong, and I knew that these community believers loved me, and I deep down loved them, and God was going to work something out. And so by the spring semester, God completely just wrecked all of the strongholds that I built up in my heart since high school. And I turned away from all these walls that I put up. I turned away from all of that. I came from, how can you love me? Because you're a Christian, you're supposed to love people, to how can I love you? How can I serve you? How can I help you? what can I do to make you feel welcome in this ministry? And so that was by 2017. God just completely changed my heart inside and out. By 2018, I opened up my own coffee shop here for BCM. I would just load everything up in a tub, set it all up, and just serve people coffee. And it's like a second front to the welcome desk. So newcomers could come to the welcome desk, write out their name tag, and then they could go grab a cup of coffee by me. I could start a conversation with new people. It was just like a second hangout spot. And so that's really where I was supposed to be. I was really connected at that point in the BCM, and just loving on people, loving anyone and everyone that comes through the doors. BCM is just the exact environment that college students need as they're going through this new time in their lives. I went through drastic change, but it was only through God's provision. You're learning how to be an adult. You're finally facing your own responsibilities of going to school, going to class, and it can be lonely. It can be really hard. And at BCM, you're going to have fellow students. More than likely, they're struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. And we need that very specialized support and encouragement that you really can't get anywhere else. And so, by going to BCM, you're not wasting an opportunity that God is basically just handing you on a plate. Like, here, you're probably going to need this encouragement. Here it is. So, if I chose to ignore God's calling to BCM and to basically following Him, if I were to just abandon Him and deal with my own way of life like I was thinking about doing back in 2016, I'm not sure where I'd be now. So, there's a lot of people that will love you at BCM, and they will also need you at BCM.